Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
great. I'm joined here now by Gavin O'Reilly of Independent Newspapers. Gavin O'Reilly, you've been involved in these sessions yesterday and today. What kind of ideas are emanating over how to get the economy moving again?
Yeah, well, I think there's sort of short-term ideas, which are obviously the area that I'm most interested in, and then sort of the longer-term strategic ideas and considered effort put into how do we attract foreign investment. Big focus on Asia, which I think is appropriate. We've had a lot of panel discussions. I mean, they've been working on areas like liquidity, on job creation, and certainly all the ministers are coming to those sessions. They're very involved in those discussions, and certainly it's clear from their focus that is the area that they want to concentrate on. And obviously where Ireland is right now, that's the area that we all need to focus on.
What kind of ideas would you like to see come out of this?
Well, I think I'd like to see some sort of positive progress on, particularly on liquidity in the marketplace. Small businesses, sole traders who are having a tough time, because I think we tend in forums like this to discuss international investment, which is all terribly important. But of course, the largest sector of employment, the thing that most people depend on, is the consumer-facing domestic economy. And so, the discussions we should be having should be directed towards making it easier for businesses and sole traders to get liquidity from banks. And certainly that's been a big area of focus in all the panel groups that I've been involved in.
And have there been any ideas? Because I mean, it's a tricky area. It's an area that the government has tried through the credit ombudsman to try to get some credit moving in the economy. Have any more ideas been coming up?
Yeah, I mean, I've just come from a session, obviously Chatham House rules, but I think there were some pretty good ideas that came from that, from the Department of Finance and from the other state bodies that are focused on this. But I suppose to me the biggest area is the whole area of job creation and job preservation, because I mean, we only have to see what happened yesterday in Waterford to know that despite the foreign sector doing quite well, the domestic economy still has some challenges. And yesterday we had an extremely good, or I thought a very good panel discussion on job creation, and obviously that has to be embedded in the budget proposals that are going to be coming up later in the year, because you do need to find ways of incentivizing employers to employ or retain employment.
Yeah, you're involved in the media industry. The whole area of the internet and getting Ireland's message out there is very much part of some of the proposals that have already been made at Farmley and are being furthered here. Are you seeing any of this turn to focus on attention on Ireland from abroad through your own websites, and the retelling of the Irish story, that perhaps we've things are beginning to get a little bit better here?
Yeah, well, there's no doubt. I mean, certainly, the story of Ireland is probably resonating in a more positive way internationally than it is here domestically, and that's good. And there's a lot of people who have given their time and at their own cost to come here. I think it demonstrates the positivity that is exuded about Ireland internationally right now. And I think initiatives like the worldirish.com and those sort of social networks just sort of help. And I thought a pretty good initiative by the Department of Transport and Tourism yesterday in relation to the gathering. I mean, those sort of big ideas at least captivate the imagination of the diaspora, which has got there's an enormous groundswell of support there for Ireland, and really an event like this is just about harnessing it.
Do you think that all of that positive and very strong and real marketing, really, which is coming out of this forum, is it outweighed by the more concrete problems like the ones that you identified, like the problem with getting credit flowing to small businesses in the country?
Well, I mean, I think they're inherently linked. I mean, a better positive marketing message about Ireland is certainly bringing foreign capital into this market. We've got, I mean, the IDA has done a tremendous job, as has Enterprise Ireland, in sort of attracting and bringing people here, making an investment here. We were sort of the problem child in Europe. We're no longer seen as the problem child. Yeah, clearly we still have some domestic issues on the ground here. But, you know, as I say, it's events like this that sort of, I suppose, capitalize on the incredible support and goodwill that exists for Ireland. And I think it will produce tangible results in terms of further inward investment and further capital flows. I mean, if we could get, you know, so many of the companies here represented, if they are confident enough about Ireland and they were prepared to deposit their money in Ireland, sure, that would have a radical impact, a positive impact on the banking sector here in Ireland.
Gavin O'Reilly, thanks very much.